The following is a podcast meant for adults and discuss things like sexual content and alcohol use. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 2 of the Drunk Texting Podcast. Soon to be your favorite podcast that you will ever watch, ever be a part of, ever listen to, because we are also on the podcast streaming platform. As always, before we get into today's episode, we want to remind you, always drink responsibly, never drink and drive, sometimes drink and text. With that being said, I am your host, Jay Bee, as always, always being 2 episodes. I am joined by my co-host right here.
Yes, the one to miss fabulous Kristal, as always.
Oh.
Are you a hater?
The most fabulous Kristal.
Yes. Fabulous one. Thank you. We love an audience.
Oh, okay. A biased audience.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A biased audience.
I don't know the audience.
You mean your man's.
It's my big bro there. Woo!
Oh my
We're obviously in
goodness
front of a
gracious.
studio audience right now.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, I love you two women in the back.
I love you too, random citizen. Oh goodness gracious. As tradition, we will introduce what we are drinking. I am drinking a concoction of bullshit today because I am drinking vodka, tequila, moonshine, and pineapple soda. Moonshine being not the actual, well, it might actually be moonshine. Do we know if the brand moonshine is actual moonshine?
I believe it is.
Oh my goodness gracious.
We're going to see how this goes. I'm excited to see how that's going to play out in your system.
Whew. It reminds me of my college days.
The good old college days, man.
The days where we didn't know any better and we were still drinking things like Fireball.
I have never in my life.
Okay, so
Drunken Fireball.
I'll open myself up again to ridicule and shame by the internet community, but I had somebody who would go get me drinks before I was legal. And I say that to say, I opened myself up, it's my past, shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And I say that to also say, don't follow any of my examples. Seriously. Like, I'm not.
My words, not my actions.
Exactly. Like, please, because that was something I shouldn't have been doing. We were in college. We were just having a good time. We were just there to have a good time. Get there to get degrees, but also there to have a good time. And I didn't know any better. So whenever I would get like $20, I would just be like, "Oh, get me a thing of Fireball," because you can get a thing of Fireball like this big for less than $20.
Okay, Fireball is reckless.
Oh, it very much is.
Mad reckless.
It is the most reckless thing.
No.
But
no.
that like college was the time to be reckless.
No, I went to a party one night, freshman year. Went to a party. Again, do not condone underage drinking.
Oh, absolutely. No,
Friend of mine, we were at this party, frat party, nonetheless.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was one of those frat parties across the street. You know what I mean from dining hall? Them.
Mm.
Yeah. We had already drunk something outside. She went inside, found the Fireball, poured it into a cup, tried to chug it, immediately threw it up.
Oh.
I said, you know what? I'm good on that. I don't think I ever want Fireball.
I've never done Fireball like more than like a shot's worth out of like, if I put it into a cup, it was mixed with something. I never tried to like
she had straight red Solo cup.
Oh,
Fireball.
Lord. But that to say to this, what are you drinking on today?
Oh, my good old tried and true. Cranberry juice, pineapple juice, rum, and at this point, Red Bull.
Okay, I'm drinking
rum. I am drinking rum and Red Bull. Hell yeah!
Oh man, the amount of trouble we got into, or I should say, me and my friend group got into behind that song.
Why?
Because they would play it at the bars and at the hookah lounge, and it was in your system, and it was, but like it would have us trying to do and be a part of things we had no reason being a part of. I'll just say it like that.
fair enough.
So I just say it like that.
Was it any worse than us driving around campus, windows down, blasting cupcakes?
I would say only reason I would say yes is because ours had the potential of bringing about new living things into this world.
Oh my goodness!
All I'm saying, man, it was a good time. Look. So the times that was had in college, I would liken it to the song "Spodioti Dopalicious" by Outkast.
What did you just say to me?
It's a song by Outkast. It's called Spodioti Dopalicious. And there's a section in the song where he's describing the nightlife, where he's describing how like set it offs going off in one ear, but then there's this pretty young thing in your right ear whispering sweet nothing, and it all blends perfectly together. You got the liquor flowing, the vibes are in the air, the vibes are in the air, and like that would be the type of that is the type of energy that we had a lot of times when we would go out.
I see what energy I was on. Y'all was high key wilding, but I'm here for
we were 100%. And I will admit, I was a sheltered child growing up, so like I didn't have a lot of like experience being out and about and being with people. So like first chance I got to be out and be by myself, I went buck wild. I'll admit that. I went buck wild. I did. It was a fun time though. It was a fun time. I wouldn't regret.
I didn't go buck wild when I went to college.
I wouldn't change any of it if I had the. Well, I would change. I would, but only so that way I could wild out some more. Not because like.
I will say I would have wilded out more in college. If I thought about my life, no, like if I should have went crazier in college.
Should have, and if I could,
I was so far from home. I was like 3 hours from home. I was like, I should have wilded. Because never gonna know who's gonna see me. No one knows me here.
Oh, see, I was willing to take that risk being 45 minutes from my home.
Oh, that was real wild.
I was willing to take that risk. No. I was like, I don't care. I'm 45 minutes. I'm not even a full hour away from where my parents live.
My parents would have pulled up on me in that millisecond.
Oh, my parents did a lot. Like they would literally call me and be like, "What you doing?" on a random Sunday, and be like, "Oh, what you doing?" Nothing, just in here. I was working on some homework. Oh, well, we about to pull up. You want to go get something to eat?
Nah.
Okay. No. Oh, I always said yes. You want to know why? It was free food. They would usually always bring me about $100, $200 to have just so I wouldn't be, out here with empty pockets.
Well, shoot.
And 3, they would go grocery shopping for me. They would take me grocery shopping.
Never mind. I take back everything I said.
I wish. And I will admit though, it became less and less with each passing year. But boy, freshman year and like sophomore year,
you was living it up.
I was living it up. I will say though, I cried freshman year. It wasn't when they dropped me off the first time. It was when, so I hadn't really seen them that much. I maybe had seen them once or twice, but I went home for Thanksgiving break. And I went home for Thanksgiving break. Because I think that was the year that we had like the whole week off. Because I know they ended up changing it to being like you only got like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
That's so stupid.
But I remember that freshman year we had the whole week, and I remember my parents dropping me off that Sunday, and I hugged my dad. I went around the car, hugged my mom. I went back around to my dad's side, and like I'm like tearing up, like for real, because I was just like,
aww,
bro, I have missed y'all. I have missed
just like emotional.
Bro, because even up to that point, freshman year had been crazy. Just the amount of bullshit that I was involved in, the amount of like 4 a.m. trips to Walmart. Yeah.
Back when Walmart was 24 hours.
Walmart, open back up to 24 hours, please. Please. Like, there are people who are willing to, what is the word? There are people that are willing to work overnight.
I work overnight.
See? I would.
What if I feel like going grocery shopping at 2:30 in the morning?
Nothing like going to the toy aisle at 4 in the morning, getting on one of those little scooters and just.
Oh, they can get the little balls out the big old container. Just practicing your shots at 3 a.m.
Right. Oh man, that's the reason they hated us. Walmart. Go back to 24 hours a day. It was a great time. It was a wonderful time.
It was.
I will say though, if I could go back to freshman year, I wouldn't ride in the trunk anymore.
Why were you riding the trunk in the first place?
So let me. It wasn't a trunk in the like traditional sense of like it was a trunk. It was a trunk, but it was one of those like kind of like a Kia. So like it was the trunk area, but like
back area.
Yeah, it was like the back area, like the window.
Yeah,
so like
you're in the back.
Yeah,
back.
But it was essentially a trunk.
Yeah, I call it
because there was like no seat belts or anything back there. So I was like back there like huddled up, like all right, I think I'm good.
I've ridden back there before.
I did.
We've gotten 3 people in the back of that space, in the back of Gabby's old car. We got 3 of us back there.
I'm not surprised. There was a time where I had to lie down under a freaking panel. Not a panel. It was a giant what is it called? The freaking canvas.
Oh.
Like one of those giant, like I'm talking like the huge canvases, like the ones that were like, oh god, it was like 13 by 15 feet or something like that. It was a huge, well, not 13 by 15. It was big enough to the point to where we literally had to lay her seats down.
I'm deceased. That's funny.
I'll show it to you after
Please.
after we get done. But yeah, it's just the interest. Excuse me. It's just an interesting thing. If we could go back and
go back in time.
Yeah, we could go back in time, and I would 100%. I would wild out like I discussed in episode 1, how I got my heart broken going into my last semester. If I could go back in time, I don't know if I would have dated her. Just not to say
back 3 years and 7 months is wild.
So it wasn't 3 years and 7 months. It was 2 years and 7 months.
Either way,
it was almost 3 years.
Back is wild.
Taking if I could, I would, and I don't say that in a sense of like, oh, I regret that time, because I don't regret that time, because it was great, but knowing how it would have ended and knowing where it kind of pushed my life. I would have like, okay, especially if I could go back with the knowledge of what I know now.
Go ahead.
So that way I could still put myself in the path of wherever I needed to be to get me back to where I am now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would date her again. Mainly because then that's 2 years and 7 months that I could have to figure, one, grow to be this person that I am now, instead of just having to let trauma kind of like
shape who you are.
Exactly. Because God Almighty, you know how many times I still have to like reassure with Gabby that like, hey, you're still good, right? Like you still want me, right? Like I'm still doing the things as a husband, right? And I'm still we've only been in it for like 6 months as a married couple, but like I'm still doing the thing.
Longer than 6 months.
November, December, January, February, March, April. It's 6 months. In fact, we're 1 day short of recording. We're recording this. We're 1 day short of
oh my god,
being 6 months.
Oh, that's so
which is even funnier, because April 15th, 2023 was actually supposed to be the date that we originally had set to get married.
Wow.
Hadn't even proposed to her yet, but we knew. So also, guys, I'm going to put a lot of guys out here, and I'm going to put a lot of guys on the spot when I say this. Ooh. They know. They 100% know when they want to marry somebody, when they believe that person is going to be right for them. They know when, because a lot of guys are like me, where they're in that sense of like, I don't know what the future holds, but I know that this is somebody that I want to see in my future. That's the difference, I guess, between saying, oh, I know she's the one, versus I know she is my future.
Right.
And that's where, again, looking back, if I could, because even looking at my ex, I never once initially was like, oh, she is the one for me. But I always would look at her and go, I see her in my future. I see her being the person in my future that, one day would be my wife. One day would be the mother of my child.
Right.
Then she broke up with me, and I was like, fuck that bitch.
See,
I
to drop her like a sack
no,
of bricks.
we got into a crazy argument. I want to say like 4 or 5 months after we broke up. After she broke up with me, is what I should
But
say.
why are y'all still talking?
So we're gonna get into that too.
That's the thing.
So
After we're done, don't talk to me.
So because I was just that deep in it,
You couldn't let that girl go.
so she ends up calling me, and this was after me and my now wife have started talking.
Right.
So I was just like, I'm kind of talking to somebody, like, because it became a thing of her kind of like not necessarily coming back, but like she would in a way of saying would check in on me.
Don't check in on me.
Like there were times when she would check in on me, and you know, it is what it is. I left that door open for her to do that. Looking back, I can say that I did. Hell, I gave her keys to my apartment.
Oh no.
She still
nah. You should have took them back. Okay, break
Oh
up,
no, I
break
had
up them keys from them. Like,
oh
no.
no, I had them made after she broke up with me.
Hold up, I gotta sit up. Wait a minute. I need reasoning. Why?
I was a young, dumb. I was 20, what, 23, 22, in love, and in my mind, because one of her biggest things was always like, "Oh, well, you never gave me keys to your apartment. The only time you ever at the apartment is when I'm here. Why do you need keys?" So after she broke up with me, my reasoning, it was supposed to be more of a symbolic thing than anything, was just you still have a way to get in, even. And again, young, dumb, didn't know shit, okay?
You're broken up. You have no reason to have access to my space anymore.
I hadn't grown mentally. I had not grown to that space of knowing what boundaries were. I did not know. I didn't have boundaries.
We were what, like 20?
Again, I literally have said in this episode, I was sheltered as a child. I didn't have these things. I would never put in a position where I had to put up boundaries in this kind of way before.
But if she broke your heart, why do you want to communicate with her? That's just, let's go into it. How did you do that?
Because,
how does that make you feel?
Wow, this isn't therapy, first off.
It can be. We're already on the couch.
Nah,
sorry.
but
It's so fun. That's fun. I like doing that.
But nah, so where was I at?
You giving a key to the girl.
Yeah, I gave her keys, all that. But we got into like this huge argument because and this was why I'm so well at being a communicator now, is because one of the big thing in the argument, because I had gotten to a point after I started talking to Gabby, where I had been like, bro, fuck you. Like you really you really put me through all of that, what you put me through. And then you have the nerve to sit here and try to talk to me the way that you're talking to me. Because she straight up, like, when we got into that argument, was like, well, I thought we were going to break up, and then you go off and do your thing, and you grow and learn more about yourself, and I was going to go off and do my thing, and grow and learn more about myself, and this is come back together and get back together, da 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 da. And in that moment, I was just like, first off, why didn't you tell me that when you broke up with me, that the reason you were doing it was that so we could learn and grow as individuals?
At that point, y'all could have took like a break.
and say that.
She did that on purpose.
And say that.
She did that on purpose.
And then like she got so upset and irritated and pissy, and that was the last time I ever talked to her. And I will say it did later end up getting in more trouble because I didn't realize I hadn't deleted her number out of my phone. Now give me that look. She called me. She calls me. She called me one time, and it became a big issue between me and Gabby just because.
I hope she did not call while y'all were together.
But she did. It was like 9-something o'clock. She called me. She called me at like 9-something o'clock. Me and her were laying in my bed in my apartment, and I don't remember what we were talking about at the time, but when she called, she saw the look on my face and was like, "What's wrong? Who's calling?" I was just like, she was just like,
"Why isn't she blocked?"
And that was I will admit that was the conversation. That was the conversation that we had later about it. It was like, I don't understand why she wasn't blocked. my reasoning was the last time we talked to each other, we cussed each other the fuck out. In my mind, I had cut all ties in my mind already. I did not go back into my phone because I just did not think about it. Because from the last time we talked, if I remember correctly, I was like right at graduation when that last conversation we had was. So I didn't even immediately think, let me delete her number out my phone. It was, fuck her, I'm going to graduation, I'm going to have a good day. Because graduation is right here. I didn't think I would make it to this day. And I never went back. And truthfully, I should have been more conscious to think to go back. And I openly admit that. But I will say that was something I just never went back to think like, oh, I should delete her number out of my phone. Because I don't go in my contacts that much.
Yeah.
To think about like, oh, let me go through my contacts and delete there's people that I have their numbers right now that I have not talked to since like 2016.
There's people I've never talked to, yet somehow I have their number.
Exactly.
Like, how do I have your number? Why do I have your number? And why is it in my phone? But, I'll give you that for that situation. Because I've been in that situation where I cut that person off, we stopped talking. And then later, I get a text. I'm like, I could have sworn. I forgot to block you.
See,
I forgot to block you. Let me go ahead and let me do that now.
Right.
But it had been like months later. I was like, I completely forgot about that person.
Because I think I had already blocked her on like Facebook, Instagram, X was then Twitter. Like I blocked them on everything. And I just did not think go in my phone, look for their number.
Right.
Because
that seems like so much extra work.
Because in my mind, it's already like, oh, I've already blocked you on all the other ways that you were contacting.
I blocked you. I just forgot to physically block you in the phone.
Exactly.
But you're blocking the phone, but you're not blocked.
Right.
Like, so whatever.
That's all it was. So,
okay,
Gabby,
I get it.
We ended up talking it out. There
you go. Communication.
To be honest, I do feel like that was like still to this day, like our one and only like real like issue that we've had. And it really, she told me like it boiled down to the fact of like, she knows how I was when she met me. And it was a direct result of how she had done me when she broke up with me. And so to see that there was still a way that she could contact me, that's why it became what it was.
Well, I'm glad y'all worked through it.
And we did. Well, yeah, we worked through it. We wouldn't have made it to here if we.
Absolutely
right. We wouldn't have made it to where now I got a ring on my finger and she has 2 on hers.
2?
Because she got the ring in the band. She got the ring in the band. We gotta get her another band so that way she can solder all 3 of them together.
I love that for her. Get her what she owes.
We need to get better and bigger rings for men. Not to say that I don't love this, because I love this. It's nice, it's simplistic, but it still looked good on my finger. But I'm just saying, I would like to have something that got a nice little bling to it. I'd like to be able to...
No one is telling men that they can't have a nice little bling bling. Because I saw
Society
on
is telling
TikTok a man, his whole ring blinged out, straight silver around the whole thing. I said, ooh, that's fancy. That's flashy. And he was like, yeah, look at me, got the rock on. I said, okay, I see you.
I would too, but like,
do that. Get you a nice blingy ring.
I'm just saying. You want
to flash with some silver, nice like diamond rock.
Like, men deserve nice things too, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Men deserve to have the nice thing.
But it's more so men, sometimes they just want the nice simple band.
Hey. The one that you dropped, by the way.
Okay.
The one that you dropped, by the way, at my wedding. She dropped. I hear it. I hear the cling, and I didn't even know what it was.
No. We're gonna clear my name right here, right now. I refuse. Here's what happened. I'm giving him the play. I'm giving y'all the play-by-play of what happened. Wedding's going on. We're chilling. Maid of honor.
Matron.
I was the matron of honor.
No, you were the maid of honor. The matron of honor was right there in front of you.
Maid of honor. Standing here. I'm the closest one to the bride. I'm right here. My job, fluff the dress. Go back. Hold the bouquet. She turns back. I now have the bride's bouquet. I pass my bouquet, which has the ring. That's tucked in there tight. Because I'm pretty sure you didn't want your ring covered in like side titty sweat. You didn't want that. That you were like, ooh, why is it warm? Because it was sitting right here. I'm pretty sure you ain't want that. So I stuffed it in my bouquet and I passed it along. And I think she passed it on because she has, why she couldn't hold both, I don't know. but she passed it along. Somehow it made its way down the bridal line. I come back, fluff the dress. I come back, I get the bouquet back, and she leans over. I don't have the ring. What do you mean? She's like, someone dropped it. Who dropped it? I ain't dropped it. It was still in there when I gave you that bouquet. Next thing, because I heard a slight clink. I don't know what it was. Next thing I know, I can, at the corner of my eye, I see the bridal line just shuffling. I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, okay, I finally got, and someone passed me back the ring. So I now have the ring. I give it to Gabby. I didn't drop it. When I passed it, it was still secured. Who dropped it when it's after it was secured in my bouquet? I don't know. Me and Gabby talked about it. Someone on the other end, at the other end of the line, somewhere down there, it got dropped. Who dropped it? I don't know. When did they pick it up? And where did they pick it up from? It's beyond me. Now, I remember I dropped it and I picked it up, but I didn't. So that's clearing my name of all names. And I remember you sent me a snap. A couple days later, you sent me a snap. Oh, look, the chip from the ring you dropped. That was the first time I tried to clear my name.
I surely did.
I didn't even do anything. But you didn't have the ring anymore. That shows how much you value the friendship. You didn't keep the chip ring. Wait, do you? Is this the same ring?
Yes.
I thought you got a new one.
No.
Let me see the chip. Unless you got it fixed.
No, I mean, it's been cleaned since then, so it's a scuff. It was a scuff on here. It probably got clean. Probably,
it was like
probably anti-scuff. Cause none of the rocks actually like chipped or nothing. It was just like a scuff on the actual black part.
That's crazy. Well, it wasn't me either way. I did my part. So blame the other half of the bottom line.
Nah, I'm blaming you too, because you were a part.
No.
Yes, you should be used to getting blamed as a part of lines.
No.
If one part of the line go down, the whole line go down.
No. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the middle, so I was in my line. I'm middle, dead center middle. But at that line, I'm not taking. Nah.
That's
I was
crazy.
captain of that line. Y'all better follow me.
That's crazy.
Nah, that's on them. I'm not taking that L.
Crazy.
You are not gonna put that L on me forever.
Now I know. As the maid of honor, yes, I will.
You will not. Nah. You know, just for that, you're not invited to my future wedding, whatever it is.
That's crazy, because if Gabby's invited, I'm going to be there. That's how that works.
I'm going to put specifically on her RSVP, not Justin.
That's not going to work, because she's not going to come there.
What do you mean she's in the bridal party?
And she's not going to come. If I'm not available, if I can't come, because just you want to have beef that I can't come, she's not coming there.
Yeah, we're going to have beef the whole time.
Well, then she's not going to come. And then you're going to have beef with her because she didn't come to your wedding.
I'm not going to have beef with her. That's my link. We can't have beef. We're almost the same.
Y'all going to have beef?
No.
Well, then I'm going to be there. There's something
No.
like that.
You're going to be in the back.
Nah, I'm going to be in like the third row.
Why would you be in the third row?
Because I'm in the third row. I'm in the third row on his side.
Why would you be on his side?
Because.
No, you don't know him.
Because just to mess with you that much more.
You're going to be.
I'm going to be in third row. I'll see on his side. I'm going to make sure whatever that we throw in for y'all, I'm going to make sure I just like.
Throwing nothing. There's going to be no throwing anything.
Bro, speaking of.
Didn't y'all throw rice?
No, it wasn't rice. It was flower petals.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the flower petal, like the dry flower petal. Yeah. Bro, they pelted the fuck out of us with them things, bro. Bro, and Asia's husband and Destin, he fucking. Bro, it felt like he was like.
He's a big man. What do you expect?
Bro, we was walking down the thing. We were trying not to make it obvious. Because, like, them shits was hitting. But them things was hitting. One of them hit me literally, like, right here on my eye. And I was like,
You didn't need to see. The wedding's over. You don't need to see. What you trying to see?
The beautiful face of my wonderful bride?
You already seen it.
I can't see it some more. I can't enjoy seeing her face.
Maybe at the reception. You better relax. You just stared at her in the face for like 45 minutes.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
No, don't look at me.
You're crazy.
I like to be looked at.
You're crazy.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that means anything. Don't mean nothing.
Oh, that's crazy. Listen, brother. Listen, brother.
Not brother.
Listen, brother. Brother.
I hate it.
What? Special teams, special plays, special players. Why do you hate that?
The first time I heard it, I was at work, and this one dude was like, I'm sorry for cursing. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Then I seen it on TikTok, and I was like, oh, that's dumb.
It's great. Bro, this is the one time that we've actually made somebody that's not, like, problematic famous. Like, he is one of the most wholesome dudes.
We don't know that yet.
Come on now.
We don't know.
He's wholesome. He's so cool. Special teams, special plays, special players.
Anyway, what are we
great.
talking about?
That's great. All right.
I don't have a husband.
Your future husband, who's so nice to be a part to help you so you can come here to record this.
I guess.
I don't get. But this is how I know that you and Gabby are best friends, because she do that same thing to me. It get on my nerves.
What do you mean?
Get on
We
my
are
nerves.
just trying to be out here being great, being so
that what
nice,
it is?
being angels sent from heaven above.
Is that what that is?
Yes,
Oh, sure.
that's exactly what it is.
Oh, sure.
Y'all should be grateful
I'm
that
no,
God blessed us in our lives.
Oh, is that what? I'm grateful
exactly
that
what
she
it is.
did come into my life.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
because I am who I am because of her. But like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that she don't also make me go, I need a drink.
That's part of the job. That's part of our job.
Is it?
Yes.
It's part of your job to make me just question my own sanity.
Yes. Question your sanity, because y'all question our sanity.
What?
Yes.
I do no such thing.
Shush.
See?
I thought innocent bystanders didn't talk. That's a bystander.
Bystanders can talk, they just can't interact. They're like NPCs. Yeah. Not to call you an NPC. You are not an NPC. Okay.
What y'all ganging up on me right now? You're not gonna gang up on me like this. That's what we not finna to do.
Alright. So, we, last week, brought up what was the worst drunk text you've ever received. This week, I want to pull up, if I can, let's see. What has been the worst drunk text you've ever sent? Now, last week, you said you hadn't received any. Mm-hmm. You said you also haven't sent any, or have you sent some?
Nope, I've never.
But you've had a drunk phone call.
I have had a drunk phone call.
Had a drunk phone call. Okay.
I did. Fine. I did have a drunk phone call. I went out with a friend one night. We went to a Mexican restaurant and we got one of those towers. One of those margarita towers.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. I want to do that one day.
It was great because the two of us, we took out almost the entire tower.
Me and Gabby could do that.
Yeah, I could. And she had extra tequila in her purse. So we would pour a cup from the tower, add more tequila, and then drink and just repeat. And we did that for like 2 hours until the tower was gone. And then we were like, we're not done yet. So we left the Mexican restaurant, went to another like bar.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Got more drinks. But I still had a little bit of tequila left in my purse. I was like, I'm going to finish this off. She was like, don't do it. I said, I'm going to do it. I did it immediately. It came back up.
That's what you get.
Threw up over the balcony, got back to my seat. I was like, pulled out my phone and called him.
Oh, no.
Here's the thing. At the time, we had been dating, like officially dating for like 1-2 weeks at this point. He was also on a cruise at the time with his family. And before he looked, I specifically said, don't call me, don't text me. Just ignore me while you're gone. Have fun. Thinking I'm going to be a good girlfriend, let him enjoy time with the family, and then I call him drunk out my ass.
Also, first off, kudos to you, because I wouldn't have, especially because I know I don't know how deep into astrology you guys are and like the zodiac signs and everything.
I'm more into it.
I'm a Cancer, so you know I'm big emotional baby. I am. I'll 100% admit that. You're better than me, because immediately if she told me that, I'd have been like, no, I'm going to call you and text you every time I miss you, because I'm going to miss you a lot. Even after a week, 2 weeks of dating. Mind you, I told Gabby I loved her before we even officially dated.
That's crazy. That's real.
By that point, she had already fed me like 4 times. At this point, I wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah.
She home cooked like 4 different meals for me at that point. I wasn't going nowhere.
Daddy likes to cook. She cooked us food. She needs to cook me more food, actually.
She used to, but you know.
Well, we're gonna change that. Wifely duty say cook.
My wife can throw down in the kitchen. That's all I'm gonna say. She can.
She really can. But yeah, called him, and he just chilling. He's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Balcony." I know I'm not making any type of sense, and I can just hear him skidding and grinning over the phone, and I'm just like, "Okay, I'm gonna let you go." Just
that's funny.
That was the only drunk phone call I've ever made. I told it to my friends on Discord, and they were like, "Oh," I'm like, "No, don't aw."
Very sweet.
Don't all this shit.
Literally, I said, "Don't all that shit." Like I was drunk. I had just thrown up over a balcony. They're borderline about to kick me out, cut me off.
Oh man, that's funny. That is funny.
Yeah, and we're still here today, so that's what matters.
Yeah.
Because I'd have show like broke up with somebody if they did that shit to me. So,
oh god.
What we got? What's the worst text?
I don't want to. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to start with this one. I'm gonna start with the one that my coworker sent because that one that I just saw on Reddit, I'm already terrified.
I want to hear it.
This is the one the same coworker or former coworker that sent me one
with the duck.
No, the one that was like I missed that.
Oh, the honey.
Yeah, the honey. The one with the honey. He sent me this one, and he said that he was drunk one time and sent this to his dad. Quote, "Daddy, I think someone throwed up in my hair."
Throwed up.
There's so much
someone throwed up in your hair.
Yes, there's so much to unpack.
There's a lot to unpack.
Like
you're grown. Why are you saying daddy? Daddy, I think someone throwed up in my hair. What is he supposed to do?
You know, wash it out of my hair for me. I am drunk. I am belligerent. Oh God.
That's funny.
Oh God. I hate this one. I hate this one so badly.
Read it.
Once I asked a girl if she would eat my cum. After she turned down the offer, I said, "Fine, more for me."
Wait.
Reddit is such a dark and deprived place.
That is so out of pocket, but it gives questions like, "What you mean more for you? You finna eat it? How you gonna get like? You gonna do like a boomerang type situation? You gonna put it in a cup?"
There's so much I don't want to know about it, and I don't want to imagine.
No, you gotta put it in a cup. You gonna drink it? You gonna drink it with a spoon, with a straw? What you gonna do? Drink it with a straw.
I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. Oh, I hate it so much. I really, really do.
Oh, that's too funny. More for me is wild. More for me is really wild. And that it makes me wonder, like, she said no. That's just really funny to me. I don't know why that's so funny. Like, oh, you don't want it? Guess I'll take it. What?
Didn't come around.
Shut your face.
Just like she said no.
Stop talking.
That's
audience.
funny. He's great. I'm glad. I'm telling you, once we start making money, he's gonna get a role here.
Oh my God.
He's gonna get a role here.
All right.
Here's one. Not me, but one of my brothers. Our mate slept with an absolute horror who had a reputation for being dirty. My brother meant to send him a text saying, "Did she take it up the arse?" Instead of sending the text to Dan, he sent it to Dad. My dad replied, "There are at least 3 times she didn't. I have 2 brothers." Dad with a sense of humor.
I don't have a drink for that.
God almighty. I need a drink for that one. I need a
drink to that. I don't have enough drink for that.
A meth.
Look,
A meth is what it is.
That's funny is what that is. That's hilarious.
Oh, God.
A little more.
Oh, God. You look like a worm with welly boots on to a girl I don't know at all, then tried to get her to come over.
And you call it a little worm. That's mean.
It is.
A little worm with welly boots?
Yes.
That's disrespectful.
But, like, here's the thing. Didn't women at some point over the past, like, 2 years start just randomly asking their mans, like, if I were a worm, would you still love me? Like, where did that even come from? Let me ask you, where did that come from? Why did y'all...
Though, sometimes we just get the urge to ask random questions. Like, would you still love me if I was a worm? It tells us a lot by the answer. Because if I say, would you still love me if I was a worm? Yeah. You say, yes, I would. Okay, how are you going to treat me as a worm? Are you going to keep me in your pocket? You going to put me in a little jar? You going to put me in like a fish tank and leave me at home? That's not love. But you say, I'm going to keep you in my pocket and just carry you everywhere with me. That shows, okay, you actually will love me as a worm.
But, like, that would be so bad for you because then you just end up drying out in my pocket. Or you'd end up getting smushed in my pocket. I got big thighs. I'd mess around and smush you on accident because you were in my pocket.
Exactly.
Like,
that shows how much you care about me.
That's
if
why
you really cared about me, you would make sure I'm always protected as a worm.
That's why, like, like, Gabby, first off, I've already told her straight up that that's stupid. See? I love her to death. I love her every time, but it's stupid. But if I had, if she turned into a worm, I'd get her one of those little, like the pet store little like thing that they would have, like the small hamster thing, only about yay big, yay tall.
Yeah.
I'd put wet paper towels at the bottom so she wouldn't dry out. Mm-hmm. I'd regularly get her some dirt stuff so that way she could like crawl around and do her little stuff. Okay. I'd get her little foodlies, whatever kind of food you're supposed to get for a worm, because God knows I don't know what kind of food you're supposed to get.
Well, you got to figure it out because now you got a wife as a worm.
I do, so. But here we are.
So, girls, ask your significant other when they love you as a worm, and see what happens. It's for psychology, for science.
Okay, this one's wholesome, and it's not even about being drunk, but I think it's so wholesome that, like, before we go into, like, personal story for me, not drunk, but high. I texted my mother, thank you for so much. You are a good mother. I hope you sleep well tonight.
I love that.
That's so sweet.
That's so sweet.
I'll admit, I try my best to, like, even when I'm drunk and high, I would be like, make sure, let me double check.
You be focusing like a mother.
I have to. Because if I just let the impulsive thoughts, like, if I just let them win, that's how I end up texting an ex from high school. Like, hoping that, like, and I'll admit, I'm never an aggressive drunk texter. Right. But I am a drunk texter to the point where, like, I've texted an ex from high school, my first love, actually. I texted her because I didn't have her actual number. It was on Snapchat. But I just sent her this long-ass message on Snapchat that was like, hey, so I just wanted to reach out just to let you know that, I'm thinking about you. I hope you're doing well. I know things didn't really end well between us, but, like, I'm glad that you're still trying to do well. You're still letting me be in your life. And Like, it was like this long-ass write-off. And that was before I knew how the streets really were. I'll admit that. That was before I knew what the streets was really about. And before I really actually got in the streets myself.
Not in the streets.
I was in the streets. I'll admit that. I was.
Shame on you.
I was in the streets. I was.
No, you're not.
That's also part of going back to earlier. That's part of why I probably wouldn't be with her. I'd be in the streets.
I'd be in the streets.
Exactly. I don't want to hear you.
I wasn't in the streets. No, I couldn't be in the streets. I was like about to dip a toe in the streets. Then yeet, snatched.
Nah, see, but that's the problem with the streets, though. You mess around and, like, you dip a toe, you done. You done for you. You in there. You in the streets.
Couldn't dip a toe. I could look at the street.
Nah, that's it. As soon as you touch the streets, you in the streets.
Oh,
you in the streets.
Well, I don't want to be in the streets.
Only way you can get out is you gotta get one of these. Once you hit the streets,
okay, I can't be in the streets.
Either you go celibate or you get a ring.
I mean, I was.
Well, there you
That's
go.
how it wasn't. That's why I wasn't in the street.
Well, there you go. See? That's the like protective bubble.
My little bubble.
Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie though. I wanted to do hood rat shit so bad. I did so bad. I did, but I never could like get myself to get there.
Those
like,
nerves still getting to you. Like,
yeah, still.
But what if
in the
something
back of my
happens?
mind, like exactly, like, ooh, what if the police get to me? What if, like,
what if the police?
Yo, I literally used to be like, oh man, I'm about to go riding around at like 4 a.m. And I used to just be wanting to do whatever, and so I would always be like, ooh, what if I go out and I happen to run across a police officer and they just happen to pull me over for whatever?
Right.
Like that would be the.
What if I'm playing around and I get arrested? Like.
And then I'd hate that so badly.
Right, your life was ruined at that point. It was just so unfortunate.
Oh, way unfortunate.
Oh, poor baby.
All right. I think that might have been the worst drunk text I've ever sent. Was the long write up, spilling my emotional guts. I will say though, that wasn't the only one that I sent, because I've said some crazy shit.
Ooh.
But I will say that was like the worst one in terms of like, I want to say I sat down for like 15 minutes, like
typing straight,
typing it just
your first ever paper was that text.
Basically, I was just sitting there, just like,
you were so focused.
I was just sitting there, just,
bro,
still drinking
in the trenches.
I was freshman year me. She was a senior in high school.
Bro, you was down bad, my guy.
I was. There have been several times I've been down bad.
Stand up.
I done stood up. I'm waiting on you to get there. I'm waiting on you to get there now. You're right.
I'm crouching.
Now that you say that, I am levitating. I'm levitating like Gojo. You ain't even caught up yet, so you wouldn't even know.
I'm not.
You wouldn't even know.
I know he can.
It's a shame.
I know he can.
It's a shame.
I know. I'm so bad.
But you're gonna get there.
I am, because I love the JK.
But getting into anime thing, I didn't get a chance to bring this up last week on last week's episode. But something that I am so irritated, and I get so irritated about during like different animes, is you establish a power system.
Yep.
They have a power system. You establish that there are people in the world that do have powers.
Yeah.
There are people in the world that don't have powers.
Yes.
Why on God's green earth are there people without powers that are regulating the people with powers? Why? Why do I have a government where the leader of the free world has no power whatsoever? They are a regular person telling me who has the power to quite literally level a New York City block with the snap of my finger. Why are you telling me what I can and can't do?
Maybe they're not necessarily telling. Maybe they have a contract.
No.
Maybe they have a contract. But hey, if you defend the city, we won't send you to jail for destroying it.
You can't even get to me. What are you talking about? Like,
but what if they have some type of science behind it? Like Superman, they got a whole room full of just straight kryptonite, and they're gonna throw you in it.
I mean,
they're gonna catch you.
You gotta be able to catch him. You gotta be able to catch him.
They're gonna catch you while you're sleeping, and they just throw you in there.
He has super hearing. He'll never be caught like that.
I'm just saying, they catch you slipping one time. It only takes one time.
And that's the thing. They gotta catch you slipping the one time.
Exactly, and that one time they gonna get you.
Listen, I don't like Homelander whatsoever, but I'll admit that he kind of had it right in the sense of, the fuck are these people gonna do? I have power. I am powerful. Nobody can step to me. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. That's why I know for a fact, if I had superpowers, I wouldn't be a villain. But I would most definitely be an anti-hero to the sense of like, you gonna pay me? You gonna give me my money?
Like, okay, I become a hero. What do I get? I get praise. Okay, praise ain't paying the bills.
Right. Like, come on now.
Yay! I get a key to the city. What the fuck I want a key to the city for?
Right. Like, I'm about to go take this land that's out here, and I'm about to build my own compound.
Right. I'm gonna blow this out right here. Right. This is all mine now.
Exactly. That would be the kind of thing. Like, if I had powers.
And if you're a villain, what they gonna do too?
Who gonna stop me?
Who gonna stop me if I'm a villain? Okay, I want to rob banks as a super villain.
Who gonna stop me?
Who gonna stop me? The police.
Especially if I'm the only one with superpowers. Who gonna stop me?
Y'all ain't touching me. I'm gonna build a house in the sky, and no one's gonna do anything about it.
I'm about to literally look in the face of the police officers and be like,
I'm not gonna
hey.
take over the world,
but I'm gonna make my own life that much better.
Right. I'm gonna go rob Bill Gates.
I don't want to. Wait a minute, not Bill Gates.
I'm about to stick up Jeff Bezos.
Okay, I mean, okay.
I'm about to stick up Jeff Bezos for real.
Okay, well,
who stop me, Jeff?
We did a Would You Rather last week, but I actually wanted to use that question because I've seen this question on TikTok. Mm-hmm. If you could choose one celebrity to fight, and you have to beat them in a fight, just a one-on-one, just a straight fight, and you get all of their money, their status, everything, who would you choose?
I'm curb stomping Jeff Bezos. I'm curb stomping that man. I don't know how old he is. I don't know where he is. I'm curb stomping Jeff Bezos.
Funny.
I want those billions, bro.
That's
I want
funny.
That. And I'm gonna fight. I don't care if you're old. I don't care if we're the same age. I'm about to fight till every ounce of blood out of my body is gone.
That's funny.
I'm going to channel every ancestor I have, white and
not
black.
The ancestors, not the ancestors.
I'm gonna channel the slave masters and the slaves to beat you with all the
gracious.
anger.
Oh my goodness! I don't think I can. Oh God!
I'm not going down without a fight.
Oh my gosh! Oh man, who would I? Oh, I actually don't know who I would. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Vincent K. McMahon would probably be mine.
You say that like I know who is.
He is the former CEO. He is the former CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment. Used to be the World Wrestling Federation. And if it ain't him, I'm probably going after Nick Khan.
Why them?
Just because they older. Like
they old.
Just because they old.
Wow.
Nick Khan, and let me say this: Nick Khan isn't old, but if I could have his status as one of like the top brass in WWE, I'd be straight. I'd be straight.
Fair enough.
Who else? Not Mark Zuckerberg, because I know he be training. He's training MMA.
I don't want what Mark Zuckerberg. I don't want Facebook. I don't want Meta. I don't want that.
I don't know, man. You control social media. You essentially control social media.
Social media. What am I doing with that?
You control social media. You control literally everything at that point.
I don't want that.
I
want money.
I'd take out Elon Musk.
Yeah.
In his weird Gru-shaped body.
I'm taking out that weird boxcar, little Cybertruck shit. I'm taking that out. That's weird.
Can we also talk about how Elon Musk is shaped like a freaking he's shaped like Gru. He is shaped like Gru from Despicable Me. Big, small.
I haven't forgiven him for his child's name yet. I still have not.
What is it? I still don't.
It's like Archangel, like Archangel. It's something with like a plane in it. Part of the name is from like a plane.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
That's weird. I wouldn't want that for my child.
Like I hope that child grows up and changes their name because what even is that? Sounded
because ain't it like a bunch of symbols, right?
Yes, and like some numbers. I'm like,
that's
in what free world?
I would never. You do that? I would never.
Aren't they like divorced now or something? They're divorced. They're like broken up.
Who else? Joe Biden.
I'm not gonna fight Joe.
He got money, so Joe Biden.
Does he?
He does. I'm sure. The president, I'm sure you got money.
They actually don't make as much as people think.
Huh?
They actually don't make as much as people think.
I'm sure they don't, but it's like
I'd be able to live. Food.
I'm sure. But there's also so many people that are willing to probably just like, oh, it's the president. Come eat in my diner. I can have pictures of you eating in my diner. Like,
no.
You know that it's the name recognition. I've noticed that so badly that it is the name recognition that gets people to get free things.
But you can be almost any celebrity and do that. Beyonce can do the same thing.
Okay, but that's Beyonce. That's Beyonce. There's a difference.
It's Beyonce.
Exactly.
I mean, I feel like John Cena would do it too.
I feel like John Cena is really humble. Like he gives me like you would try to give him a free meal and he'd be like,
no, I'll pay for it.
I'm gonna give you a $300 tip then since you want to give me a free meal so badly. $300 tip.
Yeah, he does give kind of like nice, chill.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll give it to John Cena.
Oprah. I'd mollywop Oprah.
Yeah.
Not in a sense of like. I would make it quick.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna revive the Oprah show. I'm gonna revive the Oprah Winfrey show, and I'm gonna give out. I'm not gonna give out stuff you need. I'm gonna give out random shit. You get a pencil, and you get a pencil.
Everybody gets a special pencil that will never go dull.
Everybody gets a scented eraser. A singular scented eraser shaped like a different animal.
That's so mean.
Some kindergarten.
That's so mean.
Everybody gets a singular starburst. They're all yellow. They're like, man, I hate coming here.
Like, oh no, we keep getting episodes.
Everybody gets a new car. Woo! They're all total, but they're new to you.
But they're not new.
They're new to you. God damn it. A new car to you.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's terrible. I'm
How
getting
about
a
that?
passport. But you ain't got a passport?
No, I don't have a passport.
Oh, you ain't got a passport.
Where am I going? Where I been? I ain't been nowhere. I haven't been outside the South.
That's tragic.
I know. I haven't been outside the South except for cruise to Mexico. Never been out the South. I haven't even been to all the southern states.
I think I've been to all the southern because
Oh, cool.
I think. Well, no. Yeah, because I've been all of the states from like here to Texas.
Never been to Texas.
Only reason I ever went to Texas is because the football team from college,
Yeah.
they ended up going to the national championship. And
Oh,
it
in
was,
band.
yeah, I was in the band that year. My last year in band,
Lucky
actually.
you.
It was funny. It was my last
Did you
year
have
in
to pay
band.
for that?
Huh?
Did you have to pay for that?
No, we didn't have to pay for nothing.
Oh, that's lit.
Well, the only thing we had to pay for was like food on the trip.
That's lit.
We didn't have to pay for the hotel, travel.
Let me rewind time and go be in the band. I can't play an instrument for nothing, but I'm going to go.
Join the color guard.
Right, I joined the color guard.
Then you just got to learn how to work a flag.
Don't worry, I know somebody who can teach me how to work a flag. Work a pole, maybe.
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Thank you, studio
No.
audience.
No. The studio audience is going to get banned from the studio.
Listen,
We don't condone this kind of behavior. Oh, my Lord.
listen,
It's even worse.
all about the money, man.
It is.
Obviously,
all
I'm about the money.
It is.
Going back to astrology, I'm a Capricorn. I'm all about my money.
That's fair. I can't even say I'm about my money because I do. Because it's obvious to y'all, but the people at home probably don't know. I'm a professional wrestler. I wrestle. I do shows, and I'll even admit, as much as I'm just like, yes, please pay my booking fee.
All right.
I'm not always like, okay, cool, my booking fee, you paid it, but like, if I can go out there and make people feel something,
Mm-hmm.
like that's cool. Like, I recently did a birthday party. It was my first ever birthday party.
Yeah, a birthday party?
Yeah, they rented a wrestling. They rented a ring and did a wrestling show for the birthday party. It wasn't but like 3 matches.
Either way, I love that. That's so great.
Because they did the party for one of their guys who he'd been a wrestling fan for like his whole life, and so like, and I'll admit it, it was like a whole thing. It was set up on a lake. Yeah, it was on a lake. It was real cool. And they had like cupcakes and they did like a barbecue food. It was good food too, like the beans. Yes, the baked beans were like, because it was like the pork and beans. Like I'll admit, I'm real picky about pork and beans. And like the barbecue beans, I'm real picky about them. So I wasn't sure I was gonna get none. And then one of my homies was like, "You should try them. You should try them." And I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Bro, get them. I'm telling you, they're good." Got a spoonful of them on my plate.
You were tearing them up.
Okay, but I swear to God, I was tearing them up.
You should have got the recipe.
I should have.
You should have.
Because they had a little bit of kick to them too. They had some spice in it. Like had a little bit of kick. Like it wasn't like overpowering, but like once you ate about 2 or 3 bites, you were like,
"That's what's up."
Okay, a little spice in there.
Beans, spicy beans.
Right.
I'm here for it.
It was good. It was real good.
I love that.
Oh yeah, it was nice. And like stuff like that, like being able to make memories for this guy.
Mm.
Like, even after the fact, after the show was over, like, we got in the ring with him. He got to try, like, he actually got to do some wrestling moves on the wrestlers. Like,
that made his life. He's gonna remember that.
I'm sure. Dude was, and don't get me wrong, dude was absolutely like, oh no, oh, I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. Oh, I'm not trained. I don't know how to.
Just start getting the ring.
We got him in there. He had a good time.
Good.
He hit a stone cold stunner. He hit a spear. Like, he hit the whole. Like, it was great. And
I love that.
there's stuff like that make me like, dang, I can't even say I'm about my money, because it's like, if I can help make memories for somebody, then okay, I'll still consider it worth it. Don't get me wrong, I got paid. I got paid. Right. But I got paid and fed. That was like the best.
What else can you ask for?
Like, at that point, like, oh, nothing else I can ask for. Like, they fed me and they paid me. Y'all want me to get back in the ring? Y'all want me to jump in the water? I'll jump in the...
You know,
one of the wrestlers did get put in the water.
Oh no, that's extra feet.
Got put in the water. It was crazy.
That's wild, but I get that. You know, job and working out, it don't pay the best, not in the slightest.
Oh yeah.
But I like what I love. Honestly, if my job paid better and like was closer to where I live,
right, it'd
be perfect. Cause I love kids, so I work with kids all day, and I do math. Ooh. I love math, so I just teach kids math all day. And it's not even like I'm a math teacher. I might see like 2-3 kids at a time for like 50 minutes. All right, I'm done. Go back to class.
Oh.
And I love it. I absolutely love it, because I'm still working with the kids, so I get to see the kids' personalities.
Okay.
Because there's one kid in particular, super quiet when I first started. She was super quiet. She didn't talk. She would just come in. But now she comes in and she's like, hey. I'm like, hey, girl. And she'll be working out a problem. She'll just look up at me. And I'm like, you got to answer? I'm like, yes, you do. She'll turn her board around. And like, yeah. She's like, for real? I said, yeah. She's like, okay, good. Now she's like talking and stuff like that. That's knowing funny. That, because I see her like in the hall sometimes. She still seems quiet. But when she's in there, she talks. And I'm like, oh, maybe I did something. I gave her comfortable.
Right.
Same student. Now, I'm not going to go on a rant about the education system right now. But this student also did not know long division. I had to teach her how to do long division.
Wow.
And now she'll do division. If I ask her, I said, well, if I tell them, oh, you can use your calculators for this question, she's like, no, I want to try it by hand. I'm like, okay. And I'll sit there and I'll watch her, and she'll show up. Like, that's right. She's like, I did it. I'm like, ah. So I get it. Stuff like that. That was a moment. It wasn't about the money. It was, I taught this girl a skill.
Right.
That she is going to need in the future. I mean, yeah, we all have calculators on our phones.
Right.
But what if you don't have access? Real quick, okay, 200 divided by 5, 40. That's something she now can do on paper.
Right.
Like, now I feel like she has that. All the kids now have more of that confidence with math. And that's what I love. I love seeing that confidence build for them.
Oh, yeah.
So if I can, I don't know, that's that making that change, that moment. You see, like, I did something good that wasn't about the money. I did it because it made me feel good.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I love.
That's real cool. I love, because, similar to how, like, when I was in the Boys and Girls Club, like, even, because I worked, I want to say it was 3 summers at the Boys and Girls Club, literally had one of my little kids run up to me at Walmart, like, right in that gap of space between, like, their summer program ending and me going back to college. It was right in that little gap of time, and literally had this little kid, little white boy, walk up to me. Like, he didn't walk, he ran up to me. Like, he literally saw me and was like, Mr. Justin. And, like, came up to me and, like, hugged me. And I was like, hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? And his parents walks up to me, and he was like, oh, this is Mr. Justin. He worked at the Boys and Girls Club for the summer. And it was so awkward because the dad was, like, staring daggers at me because he was just like, this random black guy that my kid just ran up to.
My son hugging a black man. What is this?
But like the mom, once she like recognized me, because the mom would be the one that would come pick him up.
Right.
So once she actually like recognized me, she was like, "Oh yeah, I do remember seeing you at the Boys and Girls Club. How are you?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm doing all right. How are y'all?" I was like, "Oh, we're doing good." And hey, you doing good, man? You doing all right? And it was moments like that that made me be like, well, maybe I do want to go back into teaching. I don't, because I had started doing teaching. Like that was my degree when I started it.
Teaching.
Yeah, it was in music, like a focus in teaching.
Same. I was early childhood education. Nah.
Nope.
Nah, I'm good on that.
Oh, whole good on that.
Yeah, nah. I tried that. I dipped my toe in those waters. I'm good. Anyway.
Well, yeah. I think we're about ready to wrap it up. Call it a episode, huh?
Yeah. Let's do.
I'm gonna finish this off first.
How much I got in here? Let me take this top off.
I'm gonna finish this one off before we making a mess. Look at you.
Shut your face.
No.
Oh wow, bubbly.
To episode 2. To episode 2, ladies and gents. That is the end of episode 2. We have had such a good time. Really have.
A great time.
Really appreciate it. If you guys would please follow us on the socials at Drunk Text Pod on Twitter, X, Instagram, hopefully on Facebook. We are in the works of making a Reddit page for us. You can join the Reddit. We are in the process of looking into getting a Discord as well because we want to make it easier for you guys to talk to us to talk to you guys. We're going to get some admins to be able to help us with that. When we do get that, we will make sure we let you all know through our social media. Follow me over on Instagram and Twitter. I'll be honest with y'all. They're both different, so I'll just put them in the description. Kristal, please tell them where you're in.
Kristal Deshan everywhere. KristalDeshane.
There we go. We love that. We love that. We love that.
We do.
But before we go, we have to say it because we would be so remiss if we didn't. If you or a loved one is struggling with alcohol abuse, dial the National Drug and Alcohol Treatment Hotline at 1-800-662-4357. The National Drug and Alcohol Treatment Hotline provides information on alcohol and drug abuse, local treatment options, support through hotline counselors who are there and ready to help talk to you about alcohol, drug, or family problems. Please remember you are loved, you are appreciated. We thank you all so much for being here for this episode, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.